Good day everyone, Loki here. I feel like we need to talk for a moment. This has been something that has been bothering me for a little bit, and it's getting simply out of hand. And it's really starting to be very annoying. So some of you might know, I live in the Netherlands. Being in the Netherlands, we are one of the countries where our gambling commission spoke out against loot boxes. I think that's a good thing. I think loot boxes are trash, and therefore I think it's a good thing that our gambling commission looked at them critically and decided that some of them broke the law. Specifically, the ones where you can actually trade the value of those loot boxes for money. Look at CSGO loot boxes, and then you being able to trade them on the Steam marketplace and get money to spend on other video games. As you can see right here, the findings of the study say, the study revealed that 4 of the 10 loot boxes that were studied contravene the law. The reason is that the content of these loot boxes is determined by chance and that the prizes to be won can be traded outside of the game. The prizes have a market value. Offering these types of gambling to Dutch consumers without a license is prohibited. The analyses that are currently available indicate that all of the loot boxes that were studied could be addictive. Loot boxes are similar to gambling games such as slot machines and roulette in terms of design and mechanisms. There are, however, no indications of loot boxes being opened on a large scale by problem players and or addicted players. This is their finding, our Dutch Gambling Commission's finding. Socially vulnerable groups such as young people are being encouraged to play gambling. So, all this says is that if you can trade your item that you gain in the game for something outside of the game, such as money that you can then spend on other games, such as in CSGO or in Dota 2 at the time, then they don't like it. Currently, all of this is being spun to be like the Netherlands has blocked and banned loot boxes, and therefore we are not getting Phantasy Star Online 2 released in the Netherlands, which makes a little bit of sense because they have AC scratch tickets and you can trade them on the marketplace, but there's no direct way for you to cash out unless you break the game's rules. Like, you cannot trade in-game money for real-life money directly. This is against your rules to begin with. The same goes for, in this case, Black Desert. I'm not even gonna get into buying loot boxes with real money, because, once again, I'm not a big fan of that. But Black Desert Online has been banning the purchase of loot boxes from events that you can buy with in-game silver. For example, right now, they have this whole, like, oh, stay healthy, stay at home, it's Corona, you know, here's a couple of rewards. One of those rewards is a Shakatu Luxury Box, which is just a random loot box with, you know, some random shitty item in there. I don't even really care too much about it. But, as you can see, it has a little star in front of it right here. And what does it say right here? Black Spirit Special Gift 2 is unavailable in Belgium and the Netherlands. Somehow, Black Desert Online's publishers or developers, even though Cacao Games is located in the Netherlands, so they should be very well aware of our Dutch laws, somehow thinks it's reasonable to block a loot box that you get with 100 in-game silver. Like, if it's somehow logical to block this Shakatu Luxury Box for 100 silver, then you should stop people from playing your game altogether. Because I spend more than 100 silver on repair costs, killing a couple of enemies, rolling RNG for me to get a good drop. Okay? So it makes no sense. Like, if you ban this for 100 silver so I can't open a loot box like this, then you should ban the entire fucking game, because the repair cost would make it so that I'm gambling because I'm having an input of a couple thousand, if not 100,000 silver in the hopes of having an output that's millions of silver. It's still RNGesus. I could only get trash loot. I could get something good. Same goes for the Shakatu Luxury Box. You could get some memory fragments, or you could get something good. You'll probably get memory fragments. Anyway, it's just freaking stupid. I feel like we're in this weird upside down world. I don't know the specifics of the Belgian law, but even with the Belgian law, which I'm pretty sure is very specifically about spending real live money in the game for a loot box, this makes no sense. This spending in-game silver for a loot box not being allowed makes no sense, because under that logic, any silver spending with a potential output of earning more silver should be banned, and in that case you can't release any game with any RNG in video games anymore. Like, I don't know. Anyway, guys, I just needed to vent for a little bit. It's starting to just simply get ridiculous. I need to play Phantasy Star Online with a VPN. You need to change your location. You need to lie about where you live. You need to you have no other option if you want to make a purchase than to lie about your location, which essentially is sales tax evasion. But otherwise, you just simply can't buy anything. It's just starting to get completely 100,000% ridiculous, and I don't know what put this idea, other than like the great big PR machine on the internet, into the heads of game developers, because it's not the law in the Netherlands for you to not be allowed to have any RNG in your game. It's just fucking stupid. Anyway, guys, have a good one. See you later. Bye-bye.